The Minnesota Vikings offense took a big step forward in 2022, and a lot of credit, of course, goes to Kevin O'Connell, Justin freaking Jefferson, as well as Kirk Cousins. But the offensive coordinator, the guy who is in a big part of the game planning, Wes Phillips, deserves some credit as well. And no, Wes Phillips didn't call plays. Kevin O'Connell did, but structuring and creating the offense, I do think that Wes Phillips deserves a lot of credit. And, of course, he is in demand, but he's like, no. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN. The Chargers have requested to speak with Vikings offense coordinator Wes Phillips about their OC position, but Phillips plans to stay with Minnesota, per sources. Phillips highly valued there, and Vikings build something he wants to see through. Now, part of it is Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips. They do have a really good working relationship. And also, I like the fact that it was Wes Phillips that turned down the opportunity to interview versus the Vikings just blocking him. Now, the teams can't block coaches who want to interview upward. So position coaches to coordinators to head coach, but they can block lateral moves. And even though they don't differentiate between play calling and non-play calling coordinators, so Phillips is the OC of the Vikings. The Vikings, it's their prerogative that they could have blocked him from interviewing to be OC of the Chargers, but they didn't do it. But Phillips declined on his own accord. So I like that they did that, because O'Connell, you see it. O'Connell wants his assistants to become head coaches, which is fantastic. And I think Wes Phillips eventually will become a head coach, or at minimum, he'll move on to be a play calling OC at somewhere else at some point. But I think it does speak to their relationship, where Phillips could have been like, hey, I have a chance to go back to LA, especially the weather in Minnesota right now. It ain't great. It ain't great. I have a chance to go back to LA, sunshine, lollipops. It's a place where him and his family lived for 3 years when he was on the Rams staff, as well as he get to work with Justin Herbert, and it'd be a prize spot. Plus, call his own plays, but he's like, nah, I'm going to stick with Kevin O'Connell. Also, what's amazing is that when O'Connell was assembling his first staff, Wes Phillips came with him, versus if Phillips had stayed with the Rams, he probably would have replaced O'Connell as Sean McVay's offensive coordinator, which is kind of funny to me. But also, maybe Wes is just looking at the writing on the wall, and even though the Chargers have hung on to Brandon Staley, I think that there's still a chance that they wash him out and they go all in on Sean Payton, although I don't know, maybe not. Or maybe Wes Phillips is just like, hey, we create amazing comebacks. We don't blow huge leads. Like we blow them up from the other side, or something like that. But I think what it really comes down to is that Kirk Cousins is an elite quarterback who has won playoff games. Justin Herbert is not. or something like that. But yeah, I have a lot of faith in Wes Phillips. Also, I mean, Wes is only 43. Somehow he simultaneously looks 43, 53, and 63 at the same time. Like he looks like Santa on December 26th, just like, it's over. Something like that. But I do think that Wes Phillips, grandson of Bun, son of Wade, will eventually be a fantastic head coach. I think that he will have some great opportunities in this league. But I think that it's cool that he's deciding to stick with the Vikings, because I think that they are building something special on the offensive side of the ball. I do think that once the defense gets together, I think this will be an elite team. And Phillips obviously sees that as well. So it's cool that he's going to see this thing through. But your thoughts are thoughts. Wes Phillips passes on a chance to interview for the Chargers OC position. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.